A grand ceremony has been held in Lhasa, southwest China's Tibet, marking the 70th anniversary of its peaceful liberation. The central government delegation has presented commemorative plaques and banners, and the message on the plaques and banners comes from President Xi Jinping. They say, build a beautiful and happy Tibet and realize the dream of great rejuvenation. Local officials and religious leaders received the plaques and banners during the ceremony. And China's central authorities have sent a congratulatory message to mark the occasion in Tibet. The message praised the economic and social development over the past 7 decades, saying people's lives have been remarkably improved and absolute poverty has been eradicated. It also called for stepping up the fight against separatism and fostering a strong sense of the Chinese nation as one community. And the message said more work is needed on the 4 priorities of stability, development, ecology and border management to ensure national security and lasting stability. It also stressed the importance of harmony among all ethnic groups, the ecological environment and social harmony. Our reporter Xie Hongzhou has more from Lhasa.
升国旗，奏唱国歌。
The national flag is lofted in front of the Potala Palace, Tibet's iconic landmark. Followed by folk songs, performances, and the presenting of congratulatory plaques to Tibetan officials. 7 decades ago, the 17-article agreement, signed by the central government and Tibet's local government, re-established China's sovereignty in the region. Since then, the region has been rising to modernity.
With the establishment of socialist system and regional ethnic autonomy, the rights of people of all ethnic groups in Tibet to equal participation in the governance of state affairs and to administration of affairs of the autonomous region are fully ensured. At present, Tibet has over 35,000 deputies of people's congresses and over 8,000 CPPCC members at various levels, 90% of whom are ethnic minorities.
Official data shows regional GDP rocketed to nearly $30 billion in 2020. That's over 300 times the number 70 years ago. And by the end of 2019, nearly 630,000 registered impoverished people in Tibet had shaken off extreme poverty.
We should build on the success of poverty alleviation, advance rural development in all aspects, and carry out initiatives to develop border areas and make lives better for border residents. We should address each and every issue that is important to people's livelihood and see that the people of all ethnic groups enjoy more benefits, be happier, and feel more secure.
Last year, the per capita disposable income of rural residents in the region was 14,598 yuan, an increase of 416 times since 1959.
Apart from economic growth and poverty alleviation, over the past 7 decades, Tibet has also realized tremendous progress in infrastructure, education, medical services, and ecology, benefiting everyone in the region, including these thousands of local Tibetan audience members sitting behind me. Xie Hongzhou, CGTN, Lhasa, Tibet Autonomous Region.
And now for more insight into the peaceful liberation of Tibet, it's the 70th anniversary, let's talk to Mr. Victor Gao-Zhikai, Chair Professor at Suzhou University. Welcome to Global Watch, Professor Gao. Well, first of all, this ceremony lasted for more than 2 hours, held in front of the beautiful Potala Palace. What impressed you the most?
Well, this is truly a very solemn celebration, but also it's kind of a gala because people are very happy to attend this one. And I think people like us watching it through television and doing commentary or broadcasting also take great delight in this. After all, 70 years is a very long period of time involving several generations in Tibet, and transformation of Tibet has been complete and thorough, and everyone with the decency of the mind can see for him or herself the great transformation for the better. And I think the living standards for the Tibetan people have been tremendously improved, and there has been very solid track record indicating the improvement not only applies to economic life but also political participation and protection of the Tibetan culture, religion and language. This is the most important thing, and I think people in Tibet have real reason and abundant reason to be proud of today and to be very proud that they are part and parcel of the Chinese nation.
Right, and at the ceremony we saw both in the audience, both Tibetan people and people from other ethnic groups, and also we saw Tibetan officials and also officials from other ethnic groups. So in terms of ethnic unity, over the past 7 decades, China says Tibet has achieved great historic progress. But first of all, let's hear what China's top political advisor Wang Yang said about that.
我们坚持走中国特色 解决民族问题的正确道路。
We have followed a sound policy with distinctive Chinese features of addressing ethnic issues. We have ended ethnic discrimination and estrangement prevalent in the old society, crushed separatist and sabotage activities committed by the Dalai Group and hostile external forces, and promoted common development and prosperity of all ethnic groups through joint efforts.
So in terms of ethnic unity, Professor, what have the Chinese authorities done to fight off separatist forces there and also bring together all ethnic groups?
Well, first of all, in Tibet, when we look at the realities of the ground, the geography, the climate, the mountainous regions, etc., and the inaccessibility and very low level of productivity and efficiency, then we need to see that all these combined together 70 years ago actually laid the groundwork for that particular system. That is the combination of religion with the state, and also subjugating the overwhelming majority of the Tibetans into second-class serfs or slaveries. And I think 70 years ago, the peaceful liberation of Tibet means that all these very backward, very outdated system need to be abolished, and a new way of doing things in Tibet need to be introduced. Further, I think foreign influences in Tibet have been very rampant before 70 years ago, because the British, when they were rulers of the Indian subcontinent, made multiple attempts to infiltrate into Tibet, try to carve out Tibet from China. So China needs to guard against all these domestic as well as external influences, and make sure that Tibetans in Tibet, not only of Tibetan ethnicity, but of all the other ethnicities, including Han and many other minorities, need to be treated as equal. They need to be fully respected, and then economic benefits need to be shared together with everyone in Tibet. Compared with the serfdom system before 70 years ago, for example, then 5% of the people in Tibet controlled almost all the land and other means of production, and the overwhelming majority of Tibet lived in not only fear but also abject poverty. So we are talking about complete transformation, and I think Tibetans know for sure that they live in a better China, in a better world, in a better Tibet, and they are very, very conscientious about what has happened and what the future will be. And I think national unity is the key pillar for better lives going forward.
Indeed.